nothing against building communities. I have nothing against communities. It's just that I don't like talking about them. I want to be in them. I hope you don't mind that there's some noise in the background. It's because my baby is playing with her shape sorters. I don't know what it's called, but the box thing. So we have good lighting today because it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon and the sun is just right at the right spot. And so for today, hi everybody, I'm Elaine. Today we're going to talk about why I don't like talking about community. Okay, so first of all, I have nothing against building communities. I have nothing against communities. It's just that I don't like talking about them. I want to be in them. So as we know, people judge people who don't have any friends, right? Who don't have like a set of people around them, like an entourage or something, wherever they go. And I think that's a mistake to judge people that way, because some people are just wired differently. We have what we call extroverts and introverts, and extroverts just so happen to be so energized around people, and introverts are the opposite. They're not energized by people. They're much more energized by being alone by themselves within their own world or in their own thoughts. So once we understand that, I don't think there would be any space for you to actually judge others who don't have full-on entourage wherever they go. I mean, people who go places alone, I think, have much higher self-esteem, just for me, in my opinion, because they understand that they can go anywhere they want to by themselves because they don't need the security of a group of people all the time. And that's not to say that being an extrovert is a bad thing. I just think that being an introvert is also not a bad thing. And they have their own strengths and probably also weaknesses, just like extroverts do. So that's a very big tangent right there about extroversion and introversion. So anyway, when it comes to friendship, you'd want quality over quantity anyways, right? I mean, if you're talking about connections, sure, you'd want a lot of connections so that you can leverage these connections to fit your needs also. But all these connections are simply meant to connect with others, for a specific purpose. And friendship is quite different. Having a BFF is quite different than having a connection. So to bring this full circle, I think that you don't have to judge people who you think don't have any friends. They might have friends, but there are just a few of them. So as I said, it's not about the quantity, it's about the quality. It's not just about making connections, it's about creating a relationship with another human being, a sustainable, long-term relationship with another human being, whom you would call your friend or best friend. Here are a few reasons why I'm not very fond of talking about community and friendship. Number one is clearing things up about introverts. As I said before, introverts are not shy people necessarily, although most of us are. Introversion is about energy. As I said, we get energized by being alone, by being in our own thoughts and in our own world, so to speak. And it's not even about hating people or social events. It's just that our energy gets easily depleted when you're around social events and people. So with that out of the way, talking about community just isn't appealing to me, because I think we should be cultivating friendships and building a community around our friendships and not just talking about it. But what's ironic is I'm talking about it right now instead of actually going out and seeing new friends, right? So the irony of this is that whenever I talk about something on a video, the opposite happens in real life. But to be fair, I'm also trying to reach out to people, try to go out with my family once in a while to, see what it's like out there and to actually talk to others and to be outside of my own head for a while. Second reason is that community has become a buzzword in social media. I don't like buzzwords, just like most other people don't like buzzwords also. It's a good thing that we're talking about community, but when you're actually just, listening or scrolling, consuming more content than you should be sharing, I think that's not finding your tribe at all. When you share your content, when you share what you have to say, your opinions, you can attract the right people to you. But it's also a good thing that there are now influencers and thought leaders who have initiated this community so that we can be a part of it and so that we can find other people whom we might resonate with within that community. And although that's a good start also, I think it's also much better if we're able to create our own headquarters, so to speak, for our own opinions and to share our own thoughts, so that if we share the message that you have, other people might also be able to come across it and can actually connect to each other online about the things that both of you are interested in. And third reason that I don't much like talking about communities is that you can instead just be the friend that you want to have in order to attract or build a community around people who share the same values as you. So in conclusion, what you put out there comes back to you. So talking about community might be a good idea to express your interest that you want to have this kind of community. But also remember that talking about it is not enough. Being right in the field, putting yourself out there is really what it takes to actually find people who have the same values as you. It might become long-lasting friendships for you. And so that's about it for today's video, and thanks for watching. When it comes to friendship, you'd want quantity. Yeah, I don't know that. I'm so glad I'm not wearing makeup right now because I don't have to, because the camera on this phone is super and operative